Hello everyone, Wade from High Tech Legion here, and with over 1,500 videos uploaded, if you haven't seen it here, you may not have seen it anywhere. I don't know if you've experienced this like I have, but I've dropped hard drives before by accident, particularly external hard drives, or bent the tips on thumb drives and had my data become unrecoverable without sending it away for a very expensive recovery from a specialized company. I've also had family and friends who have lost everything, all their photos and things like that, to a failed hard drive. So what do you really do? You need to back it up and keep it in separate places. But what if we also had a ruggedized hard drive available? In fact, we do. This is one from Silicon Power. This is the Armor A60. It is tested with military standard testing for a 120 centimeter drop test, which is about 4 feet. So if you think about the average height of a desk, and if you had your external hard drive sitting on it, the likelihood of knocking it onto the floor and having it be over 4 feet, not very high. So you definitely, if you're looking for something with a little bit more protection, this is something to consider. You have the Armor A60 drive, like I said. It is also water resistant, so if it gets a little wet from rain or something like that, you're not going to lose everything. So let's take everything out of the box here and take a closer look at the drive. I'll tell you a little bit more about it and the capacities it comes in and things like that, and what makes it rugged. So here we have a closer look at the Armor A30. This happens to be the 2 terabyte model. What you see here is you have a nice textured coating on the plastic. I don't know how well you can see that on my camera. It's a little textured so it doesn't slip. You also have the rubberized edge here, and the USB 3 connection has a plug in it. So that helps to keep with helps for the water resistance. You definitely don't want water getting into your USB 3 port. So that plug goes in, fits very snugly in the USB 3 connection. And then on the bottom, of course, you have a little rubber here to also keep it from slipping off a desk while you have it sitting on it. You have the Silicon Power information, and of course, one of the things that I really like about it is that it stores your cable for you. It is a straight USB 3.8 cable or 3.0 cable on both sides. The only issue with this particular model is that the clips that hold the cable in pop out very easily. However, also very easy to get back on. You just push them back into the rubber and slide them down into place, and they'll clip right back in, and you'll be able to clip your cable in again. So performance wise, it is a mechanical drive still, so that's, you know, to be expected. You get a little bit slower performance than you would expect from some higher end flash drives. However, performance-wise for the drive that's in here is very good. I'll show you the benchmarks in just a few minutes. And you've also got 4 screws here on the bottom, so if you did have to take the enclosure apart for some reason, you certainly have that ability. Also, it's tested for to military grade standards for a 120 centimeter drop. It's also tested for water resistance, which is excellent. Figuring if you're using this walking around, you've got it in your backpack, all of a sudden you end up in the rain, it's not going to ruin from getting a little water on it. It's also got the scratch resistant finish. It comes with a 3-year warranty. It's compatible with Windows 8, Windows 7, Vista, Mac. No big deal. It'll all work. Backwards compatible with USB 2.0, and it does come in other capacities, such as a 500 gig model and a 1 terabyte model if you don't quite need the 2 terabytes. What makes this really rugged, of course, is that you have a hard casing on it. It's rubberized on the side, gives it a little bit of cushion if it hits the ground. It also has a suspension system built right into the enclosure, so that if the drive hits the ground, that suspension system will absorb some of the shock. That protects the drive that's inside the enclosure. So that's pretty awesome. You also do get a little user manual that does have multiple languages and also warranty information in the back of the book. The warranty card right here. And what would a review be without some hard performance information? So let's check out the benchmarks. So as you can see from the benchmarks, the Armor A60 performs pretty well, especially considering this is a mechanical drive enclosure. I really like the rugged features, even though the drive is a little bit heavier and also a little bit larger than the standard external hard drives. I'd much rather sacrifice the size and the weight a little bit to know that my data is protected, especially because I'm traveling all the time, going between buildings, going between people's homes, carrying my data around with me. Data is important. Data is a lot more important than physical things, especially when you're talking about family pictures. So, definitely, I would recommend a ruggedized external hard drive if you're moving around all the time. Even in the home, accidents happen, so if you just have an external drive plugged into your system for backup purposes, you might knock it off your desk. So this is definitely something to consider. The Silicon Power Armor A60, rated for a 4-foot drop, also rated for some water resistance. Benchmarking definitely didn't show any real problems with it. It performed at what would be expected from a mechanical drive. So with the ruggedized part of it and performing as expected, I would definitely recommend the Silicon Power Armor A60 drive. I hope you enjoyed this video and checking out our benchmarks. Be sure to check out our other videos on our YouTube channel and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, please don't forget to check out our Facebook page and Twitter page and subscribe to those as well. Take care.